Gone for good. Within the last hour, the president has been banned from Twitter. And after what happened this week, Democrats want him to leave office early, too.
I've thought for a long, long time that President Trump wasn't fit to hold the job.
The article of impeachment is simple. We'll take a 360 look at whether it could actually happen. Plus, we finally have answers to the question we heard from so many of you. When can I get vaccinated?
And we're under a weather action day. Snow heading this way just in time for the weekend. The man who once called himself the Hemingway of Twitter and whose Twitter followers propelled him to the White House is now gone from the platform. At about 4:30 p.m. our time, the Donald Trump Twitter account was suspended permanently. 88 million followers gone.
In a statement, Twitter safely cited the risk of further incitement of violence as its reason. Trump is also banned from Facebook through the inauguration. The move comes 2 days after the chaos at the Capitol. The man seen posing at Nancy Pelosi's desk in this photo was arrested today. The FBI caught Richard Barnett in Arkansas. FBI leaders say they were making arrests across the country in connection to the riots.
And flags at the U.S. Capitol were at half-staff today in memory of Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick, who died during Wednesday's melee. A White House statement called him an American hero.
Even though there are 12 days left in President Trump's term, there are lawmakers in both parties who would like to have him leave early. We expect to see a single article of impeachment released Monday, incitement of insurrection.
Andrew DYMBURT tonight from Washington.
Tonight, the nation is mourning slain Capitol Police Officer Brian Sicknick, who died from injuries sustained during Wednesday's violent attack on the Capitol by supporters of President Trump. The president has not acknowledged Officer Sicknick's death, but the White House releasing a statement which says in part, "Any time a member of law enforcement dies in the line of duty, it is a solemn reminder to us all that they run toward danger to maintain peace." House Speaker Nancy Pelosi ordered flags at the U.S. Capitol be flown at half-staff in Sicknick's honor. After the colossal failure by law enforcement to secure the Capitol, the House and Senate Sergeant-at-Arms resigned. Capitol Police Chief Stephen Sund says he will also step down. Some of the outrage leading to the resignations is in regard to how law enforcement allowed thousands of perpetrators who broke into the halls of Congress to just walk away rather than arresting them. Efforts are now underway to identify and arrest those who participated in the insurrection. And after whipping up the angry mob and directing them to march on the Capitol, in a new video, President Trump now condemning them.
Like all Americans, I am outraged by the violence, lawlessness, and mayhem.
But a growing number of lawmakers are blaming Trump for inciting the attack on an equal branch of the U.S. government. Efforts to immediately remove him from office are gaining steam.
This is urgent. This is emergency of the highest magnitude.
The Pentagon even confirming that they have discussed the security of America's nuclear weapons with Speaker Pelosi. A growing number of Republicans now suggesting they are more open to impeaching Trump. Senator Ben Sasse from Nebraska telling CBS,
"I believe the president has disregarded his oath of office."
The outgoing president confirming what many have suspected for months, tweeting, "I will not be going to the inauguration on January 20th.
One of the few things he and I have ever agreed on. It's a good thing I'm not showing up.
If Trump stays true to his word, he'll be just the fourth outgoing president not to attend his successor's inauguration. The last president to skip the ceremonial symbol of democracy, President Andrew Johnson, some 152 years ago. Andrew DYMBURT, ABC News, Washington.
And let's take a 360 look at what could happen during President Trump's final 12 days in office.
The 25th Amendment appears to be too complex to invoke between now and President-elect Biden's inauguration. Impeachment, though, that's a different story.
Well, Democrats are falling in line behind Speaker Pelosi's plan, and Senator Michael Bennet today here in Colorado said he believes impeachment is the right path forward. Colorado Congresswoman Diana DeGette called on the House to reconvene to consider impeachment.
Power lies with Republicans. None of Colorado's congressional Republicans have backed the effort. Representative Ken Buck said impeachment is, quote, not to be undertaken as a rushed political stunt.
A Republican Senator, Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, said today she wants the president to resign. Now, it doesn't appear there are enough Republicans seriously considering the effort. Lindsey Graham said today he's against it. Mitt Romney said yesterday there's just not enough time. We sure value your opinion, and thanks for those of you who have already shared yours. Keep them coming, 360 at thedenverchannel.com. Now to the vaccination effort today. South Metro firefighters got the vaccine today, so now about 2% of the state has received a first dose.
The vaccine rollout has been plagued by confusion. Today, the governor hoped to clear it up at least a little bit, finally providing details about where you can sign up for vaccination.
Denver7's Jason Grenauer has that tonight. Jason, welcome news for anybody who wants a shot or wants a loved one to be inoculated.
Yeah, and the basics here, Shannon and Jessica, we now have a full list of links to hospitals and healthcare providers and how you can sign up through them. That is up right now on thedenverchannel.com. Governor Polis says hospitals are actively reaching out to their current and former patients through email and telephone, but you can also be proactive and sign up yourself with any provider in your area. Now, you must be 70 or older, and because of the limited supply of statewide vaccines being sent by the federal government, the governor says you might not get an appointment even in the next few weeks, but that the goal is to vaccinate 70% of those 70 and older by the end of February and keep it fair.
All of those providers have agreed that they are not just giving preference to patients that they've served. If people sign up on the online portal, they'll be giving equal footing for patients that have been notified through email for when their time might come. But we also recognize that some seniors aren't on the internet, might not be have a relationship with an existing hospital or provider, and that's why the community-based clinics partnering with Salute and others is so critical to making sure that everybody age 70 up is able to access the vaccine.
Again, the governor is saying there at the top that equal footing is going to be given to those who receive emails or telephone calls or who sign up on these online platforms. Now, those health clinics, according to the governor, will be rotating to different areas over the next few weeks to get the vaccine to those who don't have the internet, don't have insurance, or don't have a relationship with a hospital. Keep in mind, the vaccine is free. Again, that list of links of where to sign up is up right now on thedenverchannel.com. I'm Jason Grenauer, Denver7.
All right, some welcome, hopeful news. Jason, thanks a lot. And the situation at our hospital is stable tonight. 915 people are hospitalized with the virus or symptoms of the virus. Certainly that's high, but nowhere near our post-Thanksgiving peak.
We know many of you still have questions about the vaccine rollout. We've posted as much information as possible on the denverchannel.com/vaccines. You can also try Colorado's vaccine hotline for information. Call the number on your screen anytime between 9 a.m. and 10 p.m. on weekdays or between 9 and 5 on weekends.
A 28-year-old man arrested today on suspicion of first-degree murder in connection to the suitcases that had the body parts inside. It was found last week near Sanderson Gulch off Federal in Colorado. Denver police have not confirmed the identity of this adult male victim, but told us today they think they know who it is, and they also think he knew the suspect. Most documents related to this case have been sealed while DPD investigates.
Colorado's Attorney General Phil Weiser is launching a grand jury investigation into Elijah McClain's death. In a brief statement today, Weiser pointed out that a grand jury can obtain documents and other information that he can't get by himself. McClain was given ketamine by EMTs while he was detained by Aurora police in 2019. Police were told McClain was wearing a mask and behaving erratically. His family maintains he wore the mask to keep warm and was just going home or going to get a drink at a convenience store and walking home. The grand jury will decide if those officers should face charges.
We are under a weather action day because of snow on the way. Look who's here. It's meteorologist Stacy Donaldson. Hi, Stace.
Hey there. Yeah, it's hard to believe when you look outside. It's nice and clear. Our temperatures were in the 40s this afternoon, in the 30s up in the higher elevations. And yes, we have a cold front coming this way, and it's going to not only cool us off into tomorrow, but it's going to bring chances for snow with it. At this point, things are pretty quiet across the entire state. We have a winter weather advisory that's been issued by the National Weather Service for southern Colorado, and it's thanks to this approaching cold front and low pressure area. Most of that energy will be to the south, which is why we have all these watches and warnings from Colorado down into New Mexico and Texas. That's where most of the snow is going to be, but we will also have snow here for the Front Range. It looks like it will show up tomorrow though. So tonight it will be mostly cloudy and cold. 18 will be our overnight low, and then much colder air moves in tomorrow. So you'll need to bundle up as you head out tomorrow during the day. But we'll talk more about just how much snow we expect here in Denver and exactly when it will start snowing in your neighborhood.
A billion-dollar lawsuit accused the president's lawyers of lying about a Colorado-based voting software company. We'll explain the allegations next.
Plus, see how parents and teachers are helping children cope with this week's disturbing scene at the Capitol. And we'll take you inside the effort to vaccinate Native Americans.
There's historical kind of trauma when it comes to the medical society because they have been tested without their permission.